This is the fourth stone in my kiita grouping here, and I have a best steel Seiko razor. This is a Tokyo razor, and Hisheisi is the company, whoever that is. There were a lot of razor companies in the 50s and 60s. So I have set a bevel using a 1000 grit king on the Seiko razor, and I'll show you what the bevel looks like. This is 300 power microscope, optical power, and here is the edge after 1000 grit king, and that's what a 1000 grit scratch pattern looks like. I'll go down towards the base of the bevel, and this is what the scratch pattern looks like at the base. This is where the bevel meets the face of the razor, which is the highly polished portion of the razor, and this is where the bevel begins, creating the edge further up here. So I'm going to take this razor out, go back. Once again, we'll just look at the edge. It looks quite crude. There are some deep areas there, false edge basically, where it's very thin steel. But I'm going to take this razor out, and I have a kiita stone here. It's a variegated stone, has a hand chiseled, scraped back. All the sides are hand scraped. These are really unique stones I found in Japan in my last trip, and they turn a dull yellow when wet. This is a number 600 Atama plate that is very mellow and worn out, and it acts really more like a 1200 at this stage. So the slurry from these stones is a dull type yellow, almost a buff, and I'm going to do a series of circles. Okay, so that took about less than a minute to do that. I have a water bath here. It's off the razor. Okay, here's what the edge looks like after that short session on the stone. We have still the remainder of a 1000 grit scratch there, and as we go down, they get a little bit thicker down here and deeper. But a great majority of those scratches are gone as they lead up towards the edge. But some of them do still remain. And here again is our edge. And it looks not straight. It looks quite ragged, so I'm going to go back to the stone and put a little bit more effort. Rehydrate the slurry there. Okay, that may have been another minute at the most. Okay, after that second series, here's how the edge is picked up a little bit. Oh, let me get my computer. Here we go. Okay, so there's the edge. It did straighten up quite a bit, and thinning the slurry helped brighten up the blade quite a bit, especially at the edge. I'll scroll down as best I can towards the base of the bevel. There's one deep dark scratch that we can follow as we go up. Let's see where it came from. Funny, it started in the middle of the bevel with that point right there. But anyhow, here's the base of the bevel. I'm going to go back up and I'm going to follow that dark scratch. That, of course, indicates it was from the bevel set because it's a diagonal, straight, full width scratch there. So I'm going to follow that up. I have to refocus as I go along because the depth of field of the microscope lens is so shallow. Okay, so there's that same scratch, and it's starting to fade away right here. And before it gets to the edge, it just disappears. This is where it was right there. So, okay, so the next thing I'm going to do, let me focus that in just a little bit finer. Okay, I'm going to go to a strop. I have a strop here, and I'll strop this edge. That was 20 passes. And I have some hair. Get out a couple pieces. Okay, so this is with that Seiko razor. And just a slurry. Just a minute. I can assure you this razor is, that was a 4. That was a 5. Although it did pop a little bit. That was a 5. That was a 5. These are just, they're pinging a little bit, but they're falling onto the other side of the razor. There's another piece of hair. That came back, that was what I consider a 4. And that came back, that was a 4. Let me turn this hair around. That fell down just on the other side. So this razor is definitely a shaver. And I did have the other razors down here also. I'll begin with the Iwasaki from the last video I made just before this. This is the Iwasaki razor. And I stropped this after that simple honing session. So that was a 5. That was a 5. That was a 5. This is just super edge for shaving. Okay, that's the Iwasaki. And then I have, this is the Kinohide razor. And here again I did strop this also. But I didn't add any other strokes or any other stones or anything after that last video. That was a 5. These are all 5s along here. I'm holding there about a 1/4 inch. This is a 1/2 inch away from where it touches the razor. That was about a 1/2 inch. So this is a Kinohide. And then I have, I don't know the name of this razor, but this is a great razor to shave with. That was a 5. So my attempt here is to demonstrate two things. One is how quickly these stones cut, and also how quickly you arrive at a shave-ready stage. The idea for me is to look for how quickly the blade comes to the state of shave-ready, and to stop there.